Greetings, salutations. My name is SirProok, and I am glad to have you with us for this third entry into our Eldritch Encyclopedia. Today, we will be discussing humanity, and let us start off by understanding what humanity is at its very core. Humanity has one nature, one urge, and one end. Regarding human nature, it is the nature of humans to evolve. We began as creatures created, then left to evolution. Throughout histories, members of our race have been used for food, reproduction, servitude, and mind vessels. The urge of humanity has been to facilitate our evolution beyond that which is natural. The urge has been to change. Now, whether this urge was introduced at creation to facilitate our cooperation with our masters, or rather a necessary side effect of our creation, it does not matter. Over the span of our race's time on this planet, we have sought change. We have developed as individuals and developed societies. We, as a group, as a race, are an engine that implements change. Humanity has one end, and our end is that we are mortal. Our end is to die. So what, then, is being a human being? What importance does that give you in the universe around us? Well, the answer is unsettling, but there is some philosophy to unpack. The answer is nothing. We are a mere burst of energy that exists, flourishes, then ends. But that is what a human is. What is humanity? Well, humanity is a story, a history, the combined efforts of all of these mortal engines and the momentum that they have created. There are various philosophies that arise from this, and I would like us to look at three notable philosophies and the humans who represent them. The first philosophy is Versoism, Versoism. This philosophy postulates that if we are living in an engine, there needs to be one who is able to manipulate the powers, to turn the wills of the people. These people see the engines and they would seek to position themselves in the driver's seat, to move the people but also to reap the benefits of the guided work of others. The fight against each other as humans is just as important to these as the fight against others who would seek to subjugate us. For in this philosophy's position, if we are not united under the one guiding hand of the controller, then we are not united at all. Then we are weak and prone to exploitation. The weakness of this philosophy is that it is prone to power politics, and there are creatures who are far more powerful than us humans, who wait in the shadows and will seek to usurp this power and take the reins of the machine once constructed. Philosophy number 2, Ambrosism, Ambrosism. Engines build momentum as they move onward and utilize energy. The question then is, what if there was no end? What would become of one who controlled the power to avert the end? This is the theory proposed by Herbert West, great reanimator. Those like him seek to use the powers of science and dark magics to overcome death. And while as of yet no one has been successful, though many like Herbert have only accelerated their own demise, there is the possibility that one day we may be able to remove the one end from humanity, and this philosophy works toward that end. The weakness is, however, that pursuing such an end results in madness. There is only so much that the human mind can comprehend, and we will get into that in depth in our next entry. But attempting to make a human, even a genius, into a god is more than our mental state can take. Such is why we have sanitariums and the orderlies to control those who, via this philosophy, have broken themselves. Philosophy number 3, Narratism, Narratism. What if, this philosophy postulates, We accepted our nature, our urge, and end. Assuming we have accepted them, then what is our purpose? The argument this makes is that our purpose is to cement the progress gained. Henry Armitage, monument of knowledge, keeper of the library at Miskatonic. Throughout his life, he sought to learn, document, and guard that learning. When possible, he used this preserved learning to fight. If our end is that we die, should we have cemented our learning, the argument is that more momentum in our engine is preserved. No longer do we need to go back and learn the lessons of old. Our fight against other races and against creatures that would style themselves as gods is not a fight of a human versus them, for in such a fight we have no chance of coming out the victor. However, it is a fight of humanity, destiny created by our ancestors and handed down by us to our descendants. The weakness of this philosophy is the other two philosophies. Just as we are trusting in scholars to write and record, we are trusting in our descendants to carry the fight, to remember and steward. We trust our descendants to continue to fund discoveries and research various cosmic artifacts to their own potential detriment. Like Henry Armitage, who sacrificed himself to try and save the rare book collection during the fire, adherents to this philosophy must be ready to give their lives for the struggle. For this is the state of humanity. We are meaningless as individuals. In accepting that, we move to the second step. We understand we are fit only to subsist in a state of violence, discovery, and manipulation. We may attempt to push our mortal limits, and should we do so, and should we maintain this across generations, we can truly become a generational force. Only time will tell. This has been our third entry into the Eldritch Encyclopedia. In our next entry, we will explore the mysteries of the human mind, the powers it gives us, and the afflictions it is prone to. This has been SirProok. May you have the best of vibes, and may you stay suitably sane.